sponsored by the Fox Den. Out first, Victor Diamond Santos.
Victor Santos on his way to the cage. It is our main event professional MMA at 145 pounds. Victor Santos in Louisville, Kentucky, all the way from Brazil. He does not speak English. I was not able to interview him. My Portuguese is rusty. But I got to watch a little bit of Victor Santos this week, catching up on his fights, and he's a fun guy. He doesn't mind if you're standing, if you're grappling, he's down to clown. He wants to be in the mix. And that seems like Zakariya Camara as well. So I think we're in for a really fun fight.
I hope so, man. I don't know anything about Victor Santos. The tail of the tape didn't tell us anything about him, and Victor didn't tell us anything about him.
No, he didn't.
So
what we do know about Victor is he's 4-1 as a professional, and his only loss came in 2022 against a guy named Andre Lima. Andre Lima is now 7-0 as a pro, and he makes his UFC debut on March 23rd.
Wow.
Andre Lima beat Victor Santos by decision.
Wow.
So that's a pretty nice feather in the cap.
Sure.
Lima went on after the fight to win his Contender Series debut and then was signed by Dana White.
Wow.
So huge deal, and we're excited to have Victor Santos here in Louisville, Kentucky. I'll tell you this though, Brandon. He's got his hands full with Zakariya Camara.
Sure does. Frenchie, Zakariya Camara, like I said earlier, he's got that sleepy style to him, but don't sleep on Zakariya Camara, because I'm telling you, he will put you to sleep.
He will. He will. If you saw the main event of Future of Fighting 1, I believe that was the main event, Zakariya Camara landed a picturesque elbow that put his opponent into a different stratosphere. It was brutality defined. Caught him onto the tip of the chin, knocked him out cold.
Yep, and that's the art in the martial arts. You know, there's a million different ways of going about it, but you know, how you do it yourself is the art behind it, man. And Zakariya makes it look like a work of art.
He does. He makes it look easy. Never shows any emotion.
Fighting out of the red corner, Zakariya Frenchie Camara.
Zakariya Frenchie Camara, he's got a record of 4-2 as a pro, considers his style freestyle, and he is from Vision MMA in Cincinnati. He says he had an absolutely excellent camp, 6-week camp. His plan in the fight, although we see Zakariya, he'll go where the fight takes him. He wants to keep this on the feet. He wants to keep his distance, and he wants to put Santos away by knockout.
Well, we'll see if that doesn't go to plan for him.
Santos looks like a scary guy.
Yeah, he does. And he's got Josh Johnson and Kelsey Elmore over there in his corner, too. I don't know that they'll be able to communicate any, but, you know, there are some things that you can communicate without language here in the fight world, right?
Like here, let me wipe this sweat off of you here and take this sip of this water bottle here. I'm kidding. No, strength in numbers. You want to have that support. We appreciate Santos coming all the way from Brazil to Louisville, Kentucky. And, you know, this would be a big win for him as well. Don't think this is a one-way street, Zakariya being more local from Cincinnati. Zakariya Camara is building a lot of hype on the regional MMA scene, and Santos wants to steal that hype.
Got Jeremy Pinder in there, adding the Vaseline mask to Zakariya Camara's face.
Jeremy Pinder, a great grappler.
They apply that Vaseline there to try and mitigate some of the damage from cuts from the gloves so that the fights can last a little longer. But the only place you're allowed to add it is the cheeks, and the eyebrows, and the bridge of the nose. Just kind of helps those gloves slide off so it doesn't tear or cut the skin quite as easily.
Are you telling me I can't put it all over my ears so that they can't grab me in a headlock and I can slip out?
Yeah, unfortunately they check for it behind the ears, man.
Your main event of the evening.
Old trick.
Presented by the Fox Den. First up, in the blue corner, weighing in at 146 pounds, with a professional record of 4 wins and 1 loss, representing Jiu-Jitsu and fighting out of
the way from Rio.
And his opponent in the red corner, weighing in at 146 pounds, with a professional record of 4 wins and 2 losses, representing Vision MMA and fighting out of Cincinnati, Ohio, Zakariya Camara!
Here we go, the main event of Future of Fighting 2 in Louisville, Kentucky at the Kentucky Center for African American Heritage.
Dave Merce and Will Cope, your timekeeper Paul Tipton, the doctor Aaron Tiagi, and your referee is Gary Copeland.
Keys of the fight here, Zakariya Camara needs to keep this on the feet, and he needs to use his jab for success. Use that length. Santos, I think it's in his best interest to make this fight ugly. Get in the pocket, throw bombs, get in grappling exchanges. This should be a lot of wild scrambles. They're both very good grapplers.
I agree with you on the strategy. No touch of gloves. Straight to striking.
Big kick by Santos. Nice left hand. Camara drops him early. Camara's trying to go to the Fox Den sooner than the other guys. He wants in and out. Fox Den Bar and Grill the sponsor for this fight. It's a great place in Louisville, Kentucky if you haven't been. Billiards and Bites.
Also where the after party will be right
yes,
after this.
Yes, sir. After party. I'll see you there, Brandon Bishop.
Yes, sir.
Camara with one underhook, controlling the clinch. Good sneaky knee from Camara. They're right on top of us here.
Sure are.
A lot of strategy. Both guys getting the feel for each other.
Frenchie's talking to referee Gary Copeland
it looked
there.
like he did take a low shot, a low knee. Big knee by Santos. Camara backs away. Good left hand by Camara.
In exchange for a big kick.
Camara's right hand is dropping.
Oh, wow, big shot drops Santos. And Camara's all over him.
Camara gonna go for the finish. He's got mount.
He's trapped the arm.
Santos does not want to give his back here. Camara, watch him. He'll go for the mounted triangle. He's very slick on the ground.
He's got both the arms trapped now. Well, no, one. Okay, he's got the one.
Santos somehow manages to get back to half guard. Big shots, though. He's got the seatbelt. Oh, big elbow.
Big elbow from top there. Zakariya Camara all over Santos here, not giving him an opportunity to get back to the feet.
Staying in the half guard, which where Santos is on the fence, isn't a bad idea for Camara right now. If he passes the mount, he's not going to have as much control.
Well, this has been the position of the night so far.
Yes,
I mean, if it's been on the ground, it's been half guard most of the time.
What are you rubbing off on these guys, Brandon Bishop? Maybe. Camara to full mount. He's going to try to land some shots, and Santos is going to look to stand up. Camara is going to need to tuck those legs.
Camara's looking for a Darce. Look at this. Oh, looks like he lost the depth that he needed there.
Wow. Big sweep from Santos. He finishes the single leg.
Camara looking to wall walk up.
And he does.
And right back to his
Santos
feet.
has got to stand up there. He cannot lay in this position. It's going to be it. This could be it. An anaconda choke. Going to work the body. The choke is still there. He can dig at any time.
It is deep. Look at this.
He's going to want to roll towards his right shoulder here. Towards his right.
He's got it locked up, but it's loosening up now, and he's back out.
I don't think he wants it. Now watch, he might throw a knee to the body here. If you don't want to hit,
there it is. Look at
that.
Good call as soon as you said it.
I hope I didn't say it too loud. He might have heard me. Camara showing improved wrestling here. He needs to ride the head.
Santos back up with a good single leg position, but falls.
Santos cannot pull guard like that with a fighter like Zakariya Camara. This is
Camara's
not good.
wrestling is superior here, and look, he rolls over with the stapler. And the fence stops him.
Big Daddy Gary Goodridge.
But here he is with the elbows from the stapler position.
Oh, baby, UFC 7, Paul Herrera, Gary Goodridge. It looked like it for a second.
What a good reference.
Thank you. Camara in half guard now. Brandon, he looks excellent.
Yeah, this is a great showing, man. I mean, again, Victor Santos is one of the toughest guys that you could expect to stand in this cage, and Zakariya is making this look like a walk in the park.
And when I interviewed him today, he talked like it would be a walk in the park. The kid is just oozing with confidence. He's 4-2.
Santos
However,
looking for a deep half.
Camara looking for the Kimura.
Electric chair sweep.
I bet I couldn't say that twice. Camara looking for the Kimura. He could switch to the arm bar here. Oh, downward elbow.
Elbows,
Those are illegal.
wow.
Those are illegal elbows. Big illegal elbows, too. Oh, Santos gets the knee. Big
Outside
takedown by
trip.
Camara. Santos is wearing it now. He's cut. He's looking a little bit fatigued. 30 seconds left in the round.
Looking for the knee slice pass.
And we are seeing some serious blood from Santos now. It looks like the nose, Brandon.
Yeah, and it may not affect his vision, but it will affect his breathing.
And in a 3-5 minute round fight, you do not want to be losing your breathing 5 minutes in.
That's right. And there's the 10-second clap for the end of round 1, which I believe has been all Camara.
All Camara. I think we can both do this unofficial scorecard on this one, and I'm going 10-9.
Yep.
For our boys, Zakariya, Frenchie, Camara, Santos, a bloody mess. His corner's going to have to get to work.
Well, he's got Josh Johnson over there of E-Town Beatdown with him. And so, you know, although I'm sure there's a language barrier, Josh Johnson is one of the better cornermen in the state. So,
he knows his game.
Yeah, he knows what's up. He'll get Santos taken care of, get him fixed up. May not be able to offer him advice, but he'll get him cleaned up and ready for round 2. Look at this replay, man. Big body shot.
Big left hand.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to see a replay on that. My goodness, that was a hard shot. I appreciated Camara not going all in on the anaconda or Darce choke when you were in that position, because it's a good way to gas your arms out. And we got 2 rounds of action here. Camara's going to be coming out looking for a finish here.
Yeah, Santos is still bleeding pretty heavily.
Camara breathing through his nose. Looks like he just woke up out of bed.
Start of round 2.
Who's going to get off first? Who is going to push the pace? Big left hand by Camara. Santos with some interesting shots where he falls to his butt. Anaconda, that is deep.
Santos has got that left arm out there to negate it.
He wants the back. Santos with good defense to not give his back up. Camara's going to work the body. In on
Santos
the double leg.
Trapping the hips there, trying to reverse this position. And there he goes.
Gets the takedown. A bit of a mistake here from Camara. Got a little overzealous, got put on his back, but you've got to be careful. He's got a guard. His triangle choke game is really nice. Reminds me of a young Dan Farmer. Kidding. He's a lot better than me.
He's got a very active guard from the bottom.
Yes, he does. Nice elbow from the bottom, Camara. This is very good for Santos, though. He's going to start to slow the pace down, catch his bearings, maybe land a few shots.
That was a good elbow from the bottom.
The kid
Zakariya Camara.
The kid is just lethal, isn't he?
Yes, and there he goes throwing up the triangle.
Santos, good defense. And great return.
Did you see how Zakariya controlled the wrist of his opponent as they got up?
He must have incredible grip strength. Yes, good call on that, Brandon. I'd like to see, I know I'm biased, I'd like to see Camara back up here. I think he can knock Santos out. I really do. I think he's significantly better on the feet. But it's hard to tell someone that when they're on top and mauling their opponent.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's doing fine here, so why take the puncher's chance?
Why take the puncher's chance? You're right. I'm just, I guess, hungry for blood. You know, looking at Camara's career and the trajectory for Frenchie here, he's 4-2 in MMA, but one of those losses was a split decision that, I'll be honest, I watched the fight. I don't think he lost. And that fighter that he lost to is undefeated at 7-0. It was a close fight. Yeah. But Camara, big things coming for him in the future. He just needs to finish this one off.
Let's see if the blood coming from the nose of Santos doesn't end up in his eyes here in his position where he's on his back.
A little bit more blood being spread around for sure. Santos doing a good job sitting in. He's got to protect his neck. The Darce could be there.
Dan, I don't know if you've ever had blood in your eyes, man, but it definitely affects your vision. It smears is what happens.
It tastes horrible.
So everything ends up kind of a red tint, and your eye gets irritated, and it's hard to see out of. So the blood could become a factor if it works its way up towards the eyes, but as it sits right now, the busted nose will affect his breathing for sure.
And I'm glad, Brandon, I'm glad you pointed this out earlier because I just noticed it right there. Camara with the wrist control off of these shots is gorgeous. He's stuffing the takedown before the takedown ever gets started.
Right. I mean, that's the thing about wrestling is the dangerous point of my opponent is going to be the hands. So if I can control my opponent's hands, then he's not going to be able to get those hands on me to control me. So
for sure.
That's a huge point to my wrestling is controlling my opponent's wrists.
Now Santos is out and he is on top. He's still not. Oh my
nice
goodness!
elbows.
What an elbow! This kid never stops working. The triangle is here. Santos is privy to it. He's got it.
He's got the
will
triangle
do
choke
it.
in.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's
I think
not
we're going
tight
to call
yet,
that
though.
a wrap.
It's not tight yet. Don't call it over yet.
Legs. He's got to pull the head
It's
down,
getting
and this is
tighter.
going to be over.
It's getting tighter. He's got it locked in now.
He's going for the
there
arm.
it is.
Over.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zakariya Camara with the triangle armbar in the second round. This kid is going places. I think he might be the future of fighting for the Midwest.
I don't think you're too far off with that assessment, Dan. What an amazing night of fights we've had here at the Future of Fighting 2 Back to the Future in Louisville, Kentucky, Kentucky Center for African American Heritage. Wow, Dan Farmer, what a night, brother.
I'm so lucky that I got to be a part of this, especially with someone like you, Brandon Bishop, seeing a lot of what's to come in this Midwestern Kentuckiana scene of MMA.
Yeah, man.
We're putting on big fights. Big shout out to Philip Perkins and the Future of Fighting team, all the fighters and the family members and the friends that came out. This is a sold out event. I'm so lucky that we got to be a part of it.
It's been amazing. You did a great job for your first time out here in the commentary booth, man. You killed it. You've got one more interview to do to finish this up, Dan, and we're going to call it a night, brother.
Hopefully he talks a little bit more than some of these other cats.
I wouldn't count on it, brother. Hey, man, you have a good night, Dan.
Thank you, Brandon.
Yes, sir. Let's see what Zakariya Camara has to say about that amazing victory against a very game opponent, and Victor Santos coming all the way from Brazil.
At 3:41 of the second round, your winner of tonight's main event, Zakariya Camara.
Zakariya Camara in the house. Zakariya, I think you define the future of fighting. You're young, you're well-rounded, you showed it on the feet, you showed it on the ground. Did this fight play out how you expected it to play out?
Well, I wasn't expecting to grapple, but it just happened, and I just showed him that I was better. And yeah, I won.
I think one thing we were most impressed about is that in the grappling exchanges, you never stopped striking. You never stopped touching him. Elbows, punches. I really feel like that played a part in wearing him out. Did you feel like you were going to have the better gas tank going into this fight?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I mean, everyone in here knows I run about 200 to 300 miles per month. So as far as the gas tank goes, I knew I was going to be the last one standing.
He's got the skills of Anderson Silva and the stoicness of Fedor Emelianenko. So, Frenchie, you're 5-2 now. You're getting better every fight. What can we expect for you in 2024? Where would you like to see your career go? I feel like the sky is the limit.
So I'd like to maybe by the end of the year get a few more fights and hopefully get that big call. And sky is not the limit. They got footprints on the moon. So yeah.
That was wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, Frenchie.
Hey guys, thank you for coming out. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Just, hey, drive safe on your way back. See y'all later.
He's a class act. Ladies and gentlemen, Frenchie Zakariya Camara. On behalf of Future